Today we have the Ames Lightning versus the Des Moines Knights. The Knights are in red to the left, Lightning in white and orange to the right. Ames facility crew did a good job of getting the heat on in the building, clearing the lot and the sidewalks. Great day for hockey. Just over 2.5 minutes till puck drop. we're about to get down to it. 30 seconds till puck drop. Knights in the red on the left. Ames Lightning on the right, and the white and orange. All right, starting off for the Knights, it looks like we've got Pierce, Green, McKibben, Gallagher, and Peterson. So Peterson, Gallagher on the back line, Green, McKibben, and Pierce on the front. Here we go. Ames collects a draw, carries it into the corner. Wrapped around behind the goal. Throws it center. 4 has a shot on. That was a quick one. Keller on the quick goal. 16 seconds in for Ames.
Go, Drew!
Had to quickly update the scoreboard there for the Lightning instead of the Thunder. Icing's a call. Lightning with a quick 1-0 lead in the first period. Onto the ice for the Knights. We got Martin, Wilson, Johns, Doherty. Puck comes in behind the net. Wilson collects. Works it up the far board. Van Gilder is there. Ames collects. They're coming back near side. Pulled away by Johns. He drops it off to Martin. Martin throws it to the middle of the Van Gilder. Van Gilder tips it ahead. Wilson collects. He's going to drop it back off the blade to Johns. Martin collects and throws it down far side. Here come the Knights. Johns on the near side to Doherty. Doherty loses it. Back to Wilson. Wilson looks up to Johns. Johns surveys the ice. He throws it to Van Gilder. He's gotten down the left-hand side behind the net. Puck off the wall. Kept in by Martin. Chucks it on net. Deflected by Doherty. Wilson keeps it in. Throws the one on net, but deflected away by the glove of the defender. Martin tries to center. It's turned away. Wilson collects. Forecheck by Ames. Throws it back into the zone. Doherty and Johns give chase. Ames throws it off the wall. Haven't cleared it yet. Still in the zone. Here they come. Near side to Doherty. Chipped up. It's like Pierce up the left-hand side. Or Gallagher. Oh, shot on net. Deflected away. Right off the goalie's shoulder, I think. Comes a puck down in the zone. Pierce gives chase. Thornton's waiting in the middle. McKibben joins picture. Ames tries to clear, unsuccessful. Back to the corner. Thornton's there. Ames punches it away. Plays it off the near side wall. Collected by their captain, it looks like. Also Perrance. Flip towards the goal. Go up. Fance maybe is wearing the C sweater today for Ames. Here comes a drop. Looks like McKibben in for the Knights. He collects, throws it wide to Pierce. Here comes icing's a call. McKibben, Thornton, Pierce on the front line for the Knights. Puck slides out, off the board, covered up by Tissot. There's a drop. Cleared away by Johns. Up the near side with some speed. That's Green. He centers it to Johns. Johns has the puck. Gets crossed up there by the defender. Throws it back behind the net. Doherty's over there waiting. Pokes it away. Johns gets it. Throws it back to Doherty. To Green. Green spins. Thornton chucks back into the zone. Doherty's there looking for the center. Can't quite get through the Ames defender as they try and dig it out. Sneaks out the backside. Johns collects. Dumps it back to Peterson. Peterson throws in the middle. Deflection off the blocker. Wrapped around the backside. Push back in. Johns has it on his stick. He turns. He looks. Throws one in the middle. Picked off by the Ames defense. Icing is a call. Couple good opportunities there for the Knights. Good goalie work out of Gagne for the Lightning. Puck is out. Drops back to Martin. Martin throws it in. Off the Ames defender. Throws it towards net. Picked up by the defenseman. He carries it across the blue line into the neutral zone. Poked away there by McKibben. Thornton. Oh! Hit in the middle there. Van Gilder takes one. Shot turned away by Gagne. Puck still in the zone. Ames tries clear. Knights are there. Finally get it cleared out here. Ames comes down the left-hand side. Simonson and Smith. Thornton centers. Over to Van Gilder. Van Gilder cuts through the middle. Takes another hit. Pops back up. Collected by Ames over the blue line. He's taken off the puck. Collected by Wilson, who chucks it up the ice. Gonna get likely an icing. Oh, he says there's a tip, so no icing called. Thornton on the forecheck. He might be able to pick one off here. He does. Oh, just slides by. Ames cuts back this direction. Towards center. Pierce is in there trying to pull it away. Wilson keeps it in the blue zone. Throws it back. Martin chucks it in. Pulled away by the Ames defender. He centers. Deflected over to Wilson. Wilson throws it back in. Off the skate of the new skater. Johns is there. Pierce is there. Here comes Ames, number 41. Johns collects near side. Centers. There's Thornton. Thornton's trying to push. Gets taken off the puck. Puck comes to the middle. Ames centers. Picked off again in the middle. This time by Peterson. Peterson's driving. Right side. Throws one up. Off the shoulder blocker. Rebound. Looks like the net might have come loose. Adjust that. Have a drop. Peterson and Gallagher on the back line today for the Knights. Doherty, Johns, McKibben, or Pierce, slapped in there by Peterson. Goes wide left. Collected by Gallagher. Skates it in. He's looking in the middle. Peterson drops back, cover him. Puck comes near side. Peterson up the board. Pierce tries to tap it around. Turned away by Ames. Cross ice pass attempt there to Doherty. Doesn't hit the mark. Back to 36 here for Ames. That's Schlater. Currently have a 1-0 match here. Lightning over the Knights after a goal 16 seconds into the game. Here comes a near side drop. McKibben is there for the Knights alongside Green and Van Gilder. Ames plays it off the far wall, pushes it into the blue line. Van Gilder's there. Drops it back to Gallagher. Gallagher circles behind the net, taking his time, plays it up off the wall to Peterson. Peterson turns, sauces one down. Kind of a wobbler down over the line. No icing is called. Van Gilder pressures. Gallagher backs him up, punches it back into the zone. He circles behind the net. He looks, wrap around, turned away. Peterson throws one in off the knee guard. Van Gilder dumps it back. McKibben works through the middle. Puck's in front. Pushed back out by Ames defense. McKibben dumps it back into the corner. Oh, good scoring attempt there by the Knights. Just went wide right. Puck drops back to Peterson. Peterson throws one towards the net. High and left. Green drops one back to Gallagher. Gallagher back to Green. Green centers. Oh, another one right across the face of the goal. Just missed. Ames finally clears. They're working it down the near side. Forecheck by Garza. He's in the middle, looking for the puck. Garza works it back. Little collision here near side. Puck is cleared. Gallagher's there. Gallagher slides it ahead. Shift change. Garza off the ice for Ames. Puck thrown ahead to Fance. Martin throws it around the outside. Comes back to him along the board. Johns kicks it off his skate. Might have a breakaway here. Working it in, cuts it back, kicks it off his blade, trying to get it to the middle, pulls it out. Johns collects it center ice, crosses to Doherty. Doherty breaks, sends it back to the middle. Pierce is there. Pierce is battling, looking for the puck. It's in front of the goal, loose. Covered up by Gagne. 5 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in period one. Ames with a 1-0 advantage. Martin showing some of the dance moves made popular by his mother, Dara. Puck drop. Johns drops it back. Martin Clapper throws it wide left. Collected by Ames, 43, clear the blue zone. Wilson with time. Shuffles, shoots, up the side, off the skate to Johns. Johns pulls it back into the blue zone, pulls it back, Deke sends it to the center, a pass to 5. He's behind the net looking for somebody. Picked up by Ames. Ames centers. That's Kopic for Ames. Up top. Wilson slides through, has a shot. Glances off the defender's knee. Martin keeps it in, sends a nice cross to Pierce. Pierce is digging, backhand, forehand flick over the top. Thornton's in there, putting a body on somebody. Martin's going to take another one, deflect it off the stick. Johnson behind the net, backhand, tries to slide it in. Gagne says, no thank you. Gloves it. Shift change. Onto the ice, we got Peterson, Green, McKibben. Who else we got out there? Looks like Peterson, Gallagher. There's a drop, McKibben. Peterson drops, slaps it in, deflects up off the stick of the goalie, collected. That's a goal. Sweet play by McKibben. Puck glances up off of the stick of Gagne, collected by McKibben and backhanded in the net. That evens it up 1-1 with 4:26 remaining in period 1. McKibben, Green, and Van Gilder on the front line, backed up by Peterson and Gallagher. Ames collects, works along the far boards with speed, cuts it into the middle on the forehand, tries to take the backhand Deke. Tissot isn't having it, does the splits, blocks it, knocks it down. Great save by Tissot. Another forehand pushed off the blocker by Tissot. They're giving him some pepper here. Knights clear, Green pressures. Near side. Who's going to collect it? Eric, it looks like, for the Ames. Drops it back, Gallagher. He's going to wrap it around the boards. McKibben is there. McKibben touches it. Thrown back on net. Rebound by 6. Covered up. That was Fance, the captain for Ames, with the rebound, but Tissot covered it up and kept him out. Looks like we got Wilson and Martin on the back line to go with Johns, Doherty, and Pierce on the front for the Knights. Here's a drop. Johns drops it back to Wilson. Wilson takes it around the backside of the net. Quick skater. Looks, long crossing pass to Doherty. Doherty's wide. He's going to cross the blue. Dumps it back. Near side. Martin flicks it ahead to Johns. Into the blue zone. Kicked off the boards. Ames shoots it down into the corner. It's going to make it wrap around. Comes up the near side. Johns collects. Now Martin's carrying across the blue line with speed. He's going to have one. He throws one. Rebound. Not there. Great attack there by Martin. Doherty keeps it in the attacking zone. He's looking for a center. Deflected behind the net. Collected by Pierce. Pierce into the board. Pierce collects, drops it back to Wilson. Wilson keeps it in the, crosses it into the corner. Ames clears the blue zone, throws it out. Martin flops it up just over the glove of Doherty. Wilson goes to collect, tries to punch it out, unsuccessful. Ames sticks, Deeks, forehand, off the blocker of Martin. Martin's coming with speed up the far side. He's going to chuck one in. Doherty chases it into the corner. He's looking in the middle. Deflected up. Bounces around. Ames defense clears. Martin takes him off the puck. Wilson collects behind. Martin just got tagged with interference on the near side hit. That'll put Ames into a power play. Two minutes remain in period one. We got a 1-1 tie between the Lightning and the Knights. Knights in the penalty kill here. Punched away there by McKibben. Ames thinks they have the time. They don't. McKibben chases it down. Pierce is there. Gallagher slaps one off the Ames defenseman. Gets behind the net.
Send it!
Ames is looking to center. Not going to get it there. Puck is sent down. Kill some of this penalty there by Peterson. McKibben with the forecheck. Ames moves up the side. Pierce pokes it away. Slows him down. Gallagher collects. Surveys. Ames setting up at the blue line. Ready for the attack. Working into the corner. Dumps it towards the middle. Tissot off the stick. Wraps it around the wall. Near side. That's the Knights. Offsides is the call here on Ames. Martin and Gallagher stay in for the penalty kill, joined by Thornton and Johns. Not sure what's happening here. All right, looks like puck is about to drop. Johns pulls it back. He's going to skate behind the net. By a little time. Throws one down the ice. Goalie's out. Gagne sticks it to the corner. Ames collects. Pushing over the neutral zone. Into the attacking zone. Gallagher's there. Gallagher tries to poke. Gets it away. Knocks it loose. Knights collect. Up to Thornton. Garza collects for Ames. Throws it to the middle. Collected by 52. That's Battershell for Ames. He looks in the middle. Great center. Nobody home. Peterson takes it behind the net. Centering here, Thornton. He battles. Near side. Pushes it into the attacking zone for the Knights. 1-on-2. Still going for it. Cuts it loose. Martin drops it back. Wilson collects. 2 seconds left to full strength. Wilson crosses. Johns throws it up. That's the end of the period. So after one period, we got a 1-1 tie between Lightning and the Knights. Ames makes its way back out onto the ice, playing in the white to our left, with the Knights red now to our right. Looks like Walker and Keller, I can see, for Ames. Fance appears to be back on the ice here for Ames, as well as Whip. And I can't see the far side. And we got Van Gilder, Doherty, Green, Wilson, and Martin for the Knights. Just waiting for the timer to buzz. Here we go. Ames wins a draw. Keller sent over, off the skate of Fance. Picked up by Martin. Martin chucks it over to Green. He throws it forward. Ames collects, sends it near side to Whip. Martin chases it down, cuts it back. Turns again, throws it behind the net. Wilson is there to pick it up. He comes around this edge of speed, cuts it back. Good stick handling. He's going to move it across the blue line. He's content to take it all the way. Taking off the puck at the circle, penalty circle. There comes Martin on the near side, pokes it up. Ames clears, that's Fance. He tries to skate through, but Wilson skates ahead. Stick check. Tries to poke it out. Fance backhands it in towards the middle. Cleared away by the Knights, collected by Keller. Keller's gonna have a shot. He bounces one off the knee pad blocker. Wraps around behind the net. Ames is thirsty for blood here, throws one in off the blocker. Covered up by Tissot. Good shift for Ames. 2 or 3 quality shots on goal. Wholesale changes for both teams. Peterson, Thornton, McKibben on for the Knights, along with Pierce and Gallagher. There's a drop. Knocked out near side by the Knights. Pierce gives chase. Swings. Gets it off the skate. Gallagher throws one in the middle. Goes off the skate of Ames. Offsides is a call. Great call by Alcorn on that one. Might be our referee of the game. Puck is down. Dropped. Pushed around. McKibben collects. Backhands near side. Into the glass. Gets the puck. Centers it over. Thornton's there. Thornton pressures. Punches it towards the edge. Oh! And they call offsides again. All right. So we're going to have a drop with McKibben. Pierce, Thornton on the front. Gallagher and Peterson on the back for the Knights. Puck's out. It's down. Bounced around. Pierce comes to the front. There's Gallagher. He knocks it along the board. Collected by Ames. Cross ice. Deflected by Thornton. Ping-ponging around in the neutral zone for the time being. Back to Ames. Chipped up off the deflection. Puck near side on the stick of McKibben. 3 for Ames. Simonson slides through momentarily before it's picked up by McKibben. He's going to attack. He gets into the zone. Drops one back to Thornton. Turned away. Shut back in. Deflection! Great highlight goal there for the Knights. Thrown it into the center and deflected up into the goal. Looks like Peterson got the deflection on that one. Just like they practice. That gives the Knights a 2-1 advantage with 12:47 remaining in the second period. Front line change. Sees Doherty, Johns, and Van Gilder into the front line. Peterson collects, centers. Johns has it on his blade. Dumps it forward to Van Gilder. Van Gilder looks, cuts it through his legs. Turned away by Ames. Fans for Ames. Deeks goes to the outside edge. Peterson collects, tries to play off the wall. Ames is there, throws it to the center. Turned away by Gallagher. Collected by 99 for Ames, 98. I can't quite see. He still got it. Throws one into the middle, covered up by Tissot. Looks like Walker for Ames there. Wilson and Martin onto the ice for the Knights. Joins Van Gilder, Johns, and Doherty, I believe. Johns drops the puck back. Thrown across the wall. Doherty centers to Johns. Johns looking ahead. Crosses the blue line. Turns, looking for a pass. Deflected back out of the blue line. Martin collects. He plays it off the wall. He's going to take the shot. Nope. Turned away by Ames. Forecheck by Johns and Doherty. He just cuts through him. Ames into the attacking zone. Puck turned around on the blade of Johns. He throws it near side to Van Gilder. Van Gilder looks across to Doherty. Doherty spins, pushes it across the blue line. Martin and Johns are there. Johns collects. He cuts it to the middle. Centers. Through Ames. Drops it back to Wilson. Wilson's going to have one. He throws it on net. Off the stick.
Keep shooting, Red.
Gagne with the save. Stick to glove. Got a new line here. It looks like Green, McKibben, Gallagher, Peterson, and Pierce. Puck slides back to Gallagher. He's going to line one up. Throws one off the skate of Pierce. Knights still have it in the zone. They're turning. McKibben tries to center. Oh, good save by Gagne. Great entry pass by McKibben. But a goal line stand basically there by Gagne at the net. Great save. Good pass. McKibben lines up. Here's the drop. McKibben dumps it back. Collected by Green. Green back to Gallagher. Gallagher's looking. He throws with a little deflection. Pushed around. There's a mess in front of the goal. Covered up by Gagne. Again, good work by the goalie. Diving down on top of that. The Knights are throwing a lot of shots on Gagne, and he's up to the task here in the second period. Here comes the drop. Knights try to collect, have it, thrown on net, turned away by the blocker. Green looks, surveys, tries to throw one in the middle, deflected by the Ames defender. Comes up near side. Doesn't clear the blue line. McKibben's battling on the puck. Dumped back in by Peterson. Gallagher, McKibben. Here comes the near side. Nice centering pass there by Simonson of Ames. They skate on. Knights are there to pick it up. Green behind the net, cuts it back, works through the middle. Works up the side, collected by Pierce. Pierce is across the blue line. He throws one, deflected, goes wide left. McKibben. Ames comes away with it. Come back in. Martin is battling Keller on the side for Ames. Keller cuts it back, gets it on his forehand, throws one off the blocker to Tissot. Good save. Martin plays it off the wall. McKibben's there. He collects. He's looking backhand. Thornton's wide on the other side. He crosses the blue line, takes a spill. Ames collects a puck. Martin chucks it up the wall. Wilson still battling.
Good job. Go in.
Might have a penalty upcoming. Oh, big hit.
Thank you. Good job, Abe.
Good hustle, Abe.
Let's see what we got here. They got a trip on Thornton.
What?
Trip.
Abe's your tip?
All right, so the Ames on the power play, chucks it towards net. Wilson's there. Johns joins, collects a puck. He's pushing it down the left-hand side. He throws it into the corner. Ames comes back right at him. Johns is there. Tries to slow him down. Chases him up the side. Ames center. Simonson across the blue line. Blue line tries to stick. Wilson's there. He punches it away. Back to 52. Batter something for Ames. Throws it wide left. Attempted center there. Martin is going to have a clapper on net. Hits the blocker of the goalie. Here comes Ames. Martin collects. Chucks it again down on the penalty kill. Another shot off the stick of Gagne, who drops it behind the net for his defenseman. Puck comes near side. Wilson's there. He throws it across the blue line, but forechecking Johns is not able to get back on side. One minute left in the penalty kill. Knights are currently with the 2-1 advantage. 8:20 left in period 2. In the midst of a penalty kill. We got McKibben, Pierce, Gallagher, and Peterson on the ice for the Knights. Oh, good forecheck by Pierce. He's going to take one. Throws it off and into the glove of Gagne. Nice job by the Knights there. Keeping the pressure up even in the penalty kill mode. Ames is going to make a couple changes. See if we can get that. 43, it looks like Kopic onto the ice for Ames. That might be number 3, Simonson with the drop. Knights collect. Pierce tries to shoot it back. Goes off skate of his teammate. Gallagher chases 4 for Ames. He protects the puck. Goes wide right. Tissot slides out. Makes a great save. Can't tell if that's Peterson or McKibben from here. Looks like Peterson. Peterson goes coast to coast. He's going to line one up into the glove or neck. Might be into the neck. Protector of the goalie there. Too many skaters! Well, the Knights currently have 5 on the ice, even though they are in a penalty kill, so we'll see what happens with that. Gallagher wraps around behind. Right in front of the net. She shoots. Attempted to cover up. Whistle's blown. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe the penalty scoreboard is wrong because Thornton is no longer in the box and the Knights are at full strength. So maybe they let him out. Oh, they've just cleared the penalty, so that must be the case. Johns at the drop. Drops it back. Wilson collects. Wilson wraps into the net. Johns at the face-off. Puts it back to Wilson. Wilson throws it ahead. Picked up by Ames. Captain Fry. Oh! Number 6 steals the pass. Puts it in the top right corner of the net. Nice clean goal there by Fance, if I'm saying that correctly.
Keep it up, Knights. Let's go.
Here's a drop. Battle at the middle. Ames comes away momentarily. Green cuts it up. Johns is there. Back to Wilson. Wilson's going to turn it backhand up the wall. Thrown back into the zone by Ames. Deflection, no icing is called. Doherty chases. Green is there along with Johns. Comes up near side on the board. Johns looks, surveys, snaps one across to Martin. Martin takes it up the far end. He has a slapper off the glove and over the net. Doherty drops one back. Another one by Martin at the net. Wide right. Wilson's going to have a go. Tries to throw one in. Collects, throws it off the near side board. Ames collects. That's Vance, the captain again. Just scored a goal. He goes wide right. Throws one across the middle off the blocker. Doherty to the center. Martin collects. Martin up the middle. Flanked by a couple Knights. He works it around the backside of the goal. Turns it around. Here comes Pierce. Johns kicks it off the board to Pierce. Off the skate. Ames collects. They're across the blue line. That's Gallagher. Gallagher near side to Wilson. Wilson ahead to Pierce. Pierce off the wall. Nice move. Recollects. Tries to flick it on. Poked away by the Ames offender. Dumped back in by McKibben. Ames clears his zone. Whip challenges McKibben from behind. McKibben backhand along the near wall. Pierce poke check. The puck is up and tight here. Kind of hard to see. Wilson throws one across off the glove. Ames clears. Back into the zone. Peterson's going to chase this one down into the corner with the icing call. So in for the drop, looks like McKibben, then Gilder, Green. Possibly up there. Yep, Green. Shot wide left. Ames works it up the near side. That's Keller. Keller cuts it back. Gallagher's there. Turns Gallagher around. Spins. Pushed away by Peterson. Here comes Gallagher. Up the left-hand side. Looking. Throws one in the middle. Looking for a deflection. Backhanded. Another one. Green throws it wide right. Good rebound. Ames clears. Icing's a call. Another couple good scoring opportunities for the Knights, but Ames defense clears it away. 4:10 left. Period 2. 2-2 game. Gallagher, Peterson on the back line. He's joined by Doherty, Johns, and Thornton. It's a drop. Johns drops it back. Thornton throws one in the middle. Pushed away by the goalie. Doherty is there for the rebound, but slides wide left. Here comes Ames. Pushes to the middle. Collected by Peterson. Peterson drops back. Stole. Into the glove. Up to So. Good save. Johns at the drop, puck's down. Johns drops it back to Wilson. Wilson around the back edge, turns, gets it on his blade, throws one towards the middle, kicked out near side. Here's Doherty. Ames pops it back in, collected by Martin. Martin to the middle to Johns. Just a loose touch there. Johns collects it again off the back, kicks it. He's working down the middle. Oh, picked it off by Ames. Offsides is a call. For the first 6-7 of the day in the background. So happy 6-7 to all who celebrate. Johns and France at the drop. Johns drops back. Martin flicks it ahead. Topic is there, chasing. Wilson slides up the board. Near side, Doherty backhands. Ames tries to collect. A little battle for the puck here near side. Drops all the way back to Martin. Martin circles behind the net. Decides where he wants to go. Deflects up towards the middle. Wilson's there. He pushes it away temporarily. Another one shot towards the middle, bouncing around in front of the net. Johns collects. He's going to work to the middle. Puck is wobbling on its edge. Shot on net. Where's the rebound? Johns is there. Flicks it up. Turned away. Johns again. Throws it up. The goal's off the post. Couple good opportunities there for the Knights, but Gagne is not willing to let those pass. You shall not pass. McKibben, Van Gilder, Green, along with Martin and Wilson on the ice for the Knights. Puck back to Wilson. Wilson throws one in the middle, deflected off the stick of the tender. Into the middle, pushed away by the defense. He looks, wraps, comes to the middle. He's got some speed. Martin loses a blade. Ball loose in the middle. Peterson up. That's Van Gilder. Van Gilder drops one off. Collected by McKibben. McKibben floats one in off the shoulder blocker. Drop back. Good pass. Wilson throws it back on net and into the glove of Gagne. 2 minutes, 2 seconds remain. 2-2 score in period 2. Pierce, McKibben, Doherty, the front line with Martin and Wilson on the back for the Knights. Puck is out. Trying to dig that puck out of the corner there. Martin collects, dumps it to the middle. Doherty tries to flick one on, collected by Gagne. Johns onto the ice for the Knights with Doherty and Pierce. Johns punches it back to Pierce. Pierce forearm. Drops down in the front. Johns shoots. Back to Pierce again. Kind of a scrum there. Ames somehow comes away with it. Keller taken off the puck by Martin. Towards the goal, bouncing around in front. Here comes Martin with speed. He's pushing down the ice. Got Doherty as a battery mate. Martin, Doherty, turned away. Good defense by Ames there, covering the open man on the back door. Wilson comes down and collects. He works around the board. Pierce punches it out into the neutral zone. Ames is there. Pierce again. Looks like we got perhaps an offsides infraction. Simonson and Johns at the drop. Johns wins the drop, drops it back. Thornton, or Gallagher, I mean. Might go grab that puck, see if I can get fan of the game. Here comes Johns up the middle. He's got Doherty on his left. Johns takes it outside, cuts it back, sends it to Doherty. It just misses. Now Ames on the counter, coming near side. Throws one into the chest of Tissot. Tissot covers it up. Good counter by Ames there. .27 seconds remaining in period 2. 2-2 tie. Wilson, Martin, Van Gilder, McKibben on the ice there for the Knights. Puck is out. Ames backhand, tries to throw it into the zone. Martin's there. He pulls it around the corner. We got a little speed. Centers here to Van Gilder. Van Gilder chips it ahead. Ames loops it back into the Knights zone. Knights collect. Center pass there. Beautiful pass. McKibben, he's going to attack. He works it, dumps it there, but Green wasn't looking for it. Time runs out. That's into period 2. 2-2 tie. Move that puck. Got it. All right. The Lightning and the Knights back to the ice. Lightning to the right. Knights to the left. 2-2 tie. Looks like we got Wilson, Martin on the back line for the Knights. Van Gilder, Johns, and Doherty on the front line. Looks like Fance with the C sweater is on for Ames, along with 13, Smith. Puck is down. Back to the Knights. Here comes Wilson. Wilson throws it into the zone. Johns. Puck clears the blue line. Van Gilder. Here comes Ames. They have numbers. Throws one wide right. Back into the zone for Ames. Martin's waiting for it. He snaps one out to Johns off the skate. Ames is just sitting and waiting for a little backdoor action there. Back to the middle. Whiffs. Picked up. Collected by Ames. There's a mess in the net.
Good job.
Tissot is there. Johns collects. He's coming up the near side. He zaps one across to Doherty. Doherty's got a breakaway. He's going to throw one off the blocker. Sorry for the camera work there. Not too good. And here comes Ames the other way. On the stick of 4. Wilson slides in, covers up. Oh, back door, slides wide right. Just deflected out just by the thinnest of margins there. Back on net, deflected in towards the net to the right. Comes behind, Martin collects. He comes near side, tries to play the wall. Ames is there. They turn it around. Johns collects, he's cutting behind the net for a little hide and go seek. He comes up the middle. He's got attackers. Throws one off the deflection, but looks like he's going to get an offsides. Pierce, McKibben, Green. Gallagher and Peterson. Ames with the puck. They throw it to the middle. Peterson's there. Plays one to Green. Green deflects it out. Just clears the blue line, near side. Good forechecking there by the Knights. Don't put yourself off sides. Pulls it back, throws it in. Green and Pierce. Might make its way back here to Peterson. Nope, deflected into the middle, bouncing around. McKibben's there. Gallagher throws one to the middle. Ames turns it away. Peterson again. He throws one to the middle, deflected over to the left. Green chases into the corner. Green tries the center, but Ames picks it off, clears the zone. Offsides, not getting called there. Pass picked off there by Ames, then taken off the puck. Bad turn of events there for the Knights. Ames picks off the pass, turns around, fires it on net. Takes a 3-2 advantage. .12 left in the third. Knights with a 1-goal disadvantage to the Lightning. Puck drops. Ames collects. Throws it over the blue line. Wilson to the middle. Good forecheck by the Knights. Somehow Deeks, 2 attackers. Cuts it wide left, between the legs. Takes the nap, sits down. Here comes Martin on the near side. He dekes his defender. He's wrapping, throws it in the center. Puck is up in the air, deflected down. Mess in front of the goal. Where's the puck? Nobody knows. Comes behind, thrown back in. Backhand, deflected out. Quite a series there. Looks like icing is going to be the call. All right, we got Peterson, Wilson, Johns. Johns tries to drop it back, but Ames picks it up. Comes near side. Offsides. Oh, icing. Sorry, icing is call. Knights have just over 11 minutes to try and draw this one even. Johns at the drop. Peterson. Gallagher on the back for the Knights. Peterson flicks it in off the stick. Thornton is there. He put somebody in the wall. Gallagher tries to keep it in. Still in. Ames tries to clear. Works through the middle. Thornton says no thank you. He collects. He throws one on net. Out of the glove of Gagne. Johns is there. Off the skate. Plays it to the wall. Centering pass. Turned away by Gagne. Here's Gallagher. Nice turn. Johns collects. Cuts it back. He's looking near side. That's Doherty. Doherty tries throwing one into the corner. Ames works it behind the goal along the boards. Good defense there by Gallagher with the stick lift. Doherty waits. Sends it across to Thornton. Thornton pushes it over the blue line. He centers one back. Doherty's not there. Off the skate of Johns. Ames collects. They're coming back the other direction. I believe that's Whip. Shift change for the Knights. Pierce steps on. McKibben. Ames collects. Skates through the middle of the defenders. Backhand. Out in front of the goal. Amazing rebound save there by Tissot. Great flexibility. Turner getting his leg blocker out on that one. Knights finally clear the blue zone, but Ames throws it back in with 3 skaters off sides. Here come the Knights. Throws it up the near side. That's going to be an ice. Nope, doesn't make the line. Centered. Backhand. Covered up. Good save by Gagne. There's a drop. Ames collects. Centering pass to number 4. Martin's there to release him from the puck. Ames backhands it up the side. Martin taps it out to Doherty, who centers. Pierce tries to pull it away. Ames gets it, chucks it back into the corner, but he's offside, so he can't touch. Here comes Martin. Here he cuts it back. Drops one off for Van Gilder. Van Gilder to the middle to Pierce. And now the goal is off the pins again. Knights fans a little unhappy. It looks like the net got loose. Johns at the drop. Backs it to Martin. Martin's going to throw one in off the knee blocker. Wilson collects. Dumps it back. Backhand into the middle. Little mix here in the middle. Martin's back onto the puck. He's coming back into the blue line there. Max takes a hit. Johns collects. He's working to the middle. Off the skate, onto the stick, tries to center. Deflected. Into the corner. Martin throws one towards the net. Goes wide right. Ice. Johns to the middle. Ames collects the defense. They center, clear the blue line. Knights have been living down there in the attacking zone. Just can't finish it. Doherty to the puck. Johns comes out of the mix. A little trip. Nothing called. Thrown to the middle. Played back and covered up by the goalie. McKibben at the drop. Ames collects, pushes it ahead here. Maybe Keller. He slices the defenders, throws one on net. Tissot is there. Puck near side. Thornton. Pierce. Ames throws it around the boards. Pierce gets it, throws him back. Thornton. Back to Peterson. Peterson pushes ahead to Thornton. Thornton throws one off the stick of the goalie. Looks for the rebound, dumps it in the middle. Ames collects, tries to clear, does not. Peterson throws it back in off the glove of the defenseman. Pierce is in the corner. He's got it on his blade. He throws one across the middle, deflected wide. Thrown back in by Peterson. Deflection just missed. McKibben goes back in the middle. 5 Thornton. Throws up into the chest of the tender. Another save by Gagne. .6:15 remaining in the third period. Lightning with a 3-2 advantage. McKibben to the drop for the Knights. Slides up behind the goal. Puck comes wide. Gallagher's there. He throws in. Deflection off the side net. Ames tries to clear. He calls it off. It was close. Here's a drop. Johns drops it back to Wilson. Wilson comes near side in the direction of Doherty. Puck clears the blue line. Johns checks him off the puck. Still makes it to the middle. Offsides is a call. Doherty, Johns, Van Gilder on the front with Martin and Wilson on the back. Ames wins a drop. Tries to slither through the defense, but Wilson picks it up. Works it up the far board with speed. He's going to attack. Drops one off. Turned away by Ames. Doherty dumps one back to Martin off the skate. That never crossed. Got offsides.
Come on, boys!
.523 remains. Johns at the drop. Takes it back to Martin. Martin ahead to Doherty. Doherty's trying to get a handle on it. Johns is back there helping out. Puck bounces around. Doherty gets it on his blade. Tries to backhand it in off the knee pad of the defender. Martin throws one in. Johns is behind the net. He's sitting with it. Looking, waiting. Cuts back. Throws one out deep. Ames clears the zone into the neutral zone. He carries it with speed to the middle. Knight's defense collapses on him during his attack. Nice work. Ames throws one, cycles around the boards. Wilson's there to pick it up, sends it the other way. Ames to the middle, gets it on his blade. 3 guys there. Johns battles for the puck. Van Gilder pulls it up. Johns has it on his blade, crosses the blue line, cuts it back. Still trying to get to the puck. Just under 4 minutes remain. Knights get a new line. Puck comes near side. Past Doherty. Into the boot. Ames gets it out. McKibben puts it back in. Doherty throws one in the middle off the blocker. Slide back in. Deflection to the middle. Good try. Peterson tries to throw one back in. Backhanded out. Peterson takes a swing. Clears the blue line. To Gallagher. That's fans for Ames. That one comes in the middle. Nobody's home. Might be an opportunity for the Knights. Pierce chips it ahead. Ames clears the zone. Throws it back in the corner. Calls it a deflection. Forecheck by Ames. Picks it up behind the net. Comes near side. 52. Throws one. Pushed away by Tissot. Puck's neutral zone. Scrum for it here. Looks like Pierce is going into the corner. Wilson collects. He's got two attackers coming near. Near side to Martin. Martin centers to Green. Green crosses. Ames turns around. They're coming the other way. Behind the net, off the boards. Comes near side off the boards. Got Thornton here. Ames moves it into the zone. Wilson's there. Sends it back this way to Thornton. Minute and a half remains in the game. Ames holding on to a 1-goal lead. Wilson takes a shot. Puck is behind the net. Nobody seems to want it. Now Ames makes a move for the puck. Ames tries to clear. Picked up by the Knights. Dumped back in.
Come on, boys. Sign up. Let's go.
Look into the middle. Shot. Missed. Here comes Ames. Wilson pokes it away. Knights applying some pressure. Here goes Ames. They have a breakaway. Off the blocker, Tissot. Goalie is out. Knights have an extra skater. Johns comes near side. Wraps it into the corner. Doherty's there. Doherty drops it back. Gallagher centers. Off the blocker. Here comes Martin. Martin Clapper. Over the goal. It's behind. Johns picks it up. Tries to wrap it around. Blown dead. Only 23 seconds remain. Lightning with a 3-2 lead on the Knights. The Knights are playing with no goalie. Extra skater trying to push one in. So it looks like we got Wilson, Martin, Gallagher, Pierce, Johns, and McKibben on the ice. Drop. Goes to the Knights. Down at the feet. Got to dig that guy out. Can't let it sit there for too long. 15 seconds. Ames content just to sit on the puck. Ames finally comes out with it. And they're going to throw one down and wide. That's going to be that's an icing call, but probably just about a second left. Probably not a whole lot can be done with that. Lefty Gallagher looks like he's set to take the drop. Basically, got to shoot it in off the drop, so there's no time here to pass it around. Just got to Try and pick it clean and throw it in. Oh, they add some time to the clock, but I'm not sure how much they plan to add. Looks like they're working on the clock right now. "20 seconds currently on, but I don't think that's right. 2 seconds. Looks like what he's going to give them, 2 seconds added to the clock here. So that's it. Just a quick dump and shot. That's all we got. And Ames just falls on the puck. Game over. Lightning take this match 3-2 over the Knights. Safe travels. Stay warm. Happy holidays.